After 10 days, OSP finally were breaking the silence on accusations that Ken Ofori-Atta case, was shut down and a wopo delay tactics. Now, and then OSP atonyo mo say, Adiana na nida suono, ana nensaka, documenting information na wo peno, na wonim nye ne gyina so. Na Ghana fo na mo kase di na tem se onim no ye ewo ke Ken Ofori-Atta sem nim no na na monim ne mo ye ende me ne mo am me ka bi no aka bi a kire yen oso no onim ne so na Monday ya ana validation bi a wo hia in SML wo computer bi na so koseba no so kohwe information bi no afi the information no wanya wasa to date din obe beginning the prosecution of Ken Ofori-Atta, any other people in the SML deal, no. Metro say on the critical analysis channel. Metro, so best subscribe, most subscribe, and click the notification, no. With the video be here too, ma. Obehu na wet me ashe. Bushe we are now. We just comment in the comment section. Now we are wako app any Play Store. I wanna pandrit. And I send this cable if you be anybody to call download it. Now first send this cable if you be anybody on the major platforms on rating no. And on the bema. Yen na ya hwe OSP anim amanfo ablemu no ene ade so OSP no okasa dodo Ken Ofori-Atta case no a delay ene ade na no ya press conference on the extradition of Ken Ofori-Atta didn't na Ken ni omanyi mu ene ade na OSP ni nsem bi aka na mo se Ken Ofori-Atta yare utie ni yi a ba me post video na ma first off was it SML day near Kosanya 2019 you about 1 billion at the mawom Manasa really forfeit in the investigation muhu say Juma SML no more MP ebetimi ayadwuma ntam hu yase be here SML according to forfeit story no was say na no kre deal na SML ye ne omo sign no fa so bi any deal no so na ye dream and the catastrophe share deal. This is the OSP.
Circumstances surrounding the enforced insertion of SML in the nation's quest for increased revenue were regrettable, unlawful conduct, and reckless financial decision making. Indeed, this was a case of unnecessary and wasteful pretend revenue assurance, except for comparison purpose only. Even then, the basis of the supposed comparison was a collection of disappearing acts of no worthy utility. And even now, some officers of GRA are issuing letters and statements along the lines of the pretense that this has been worthwhile for the nation. Such statements are feeble attempts at face saving, and they do not operate to extinguish the criminal culpability of the public official promoters, sponsors, and patrons of SML. However, there is much wisdom and force in the institution of real revenue assurance, as it involves the identification, prevention, and correction of revenue leakages, thereby enhancing the public purse. In the estimation of the OSP, GRA did right by finally terminating the transaction audit and price and external price verification aspects of SML's engagement in November 2024. The OSP recommends that termination should be made to lie where it fell, as SML showed a classless non-performance of the service it was unlawfully engaged to perform in the sector. Further, the OSP can neither choose nor recommend contractual partners for public institutions. Therefore, if in the estimation of MOF and GRA, they are desirous of retaining SML in other areas of revenue assurance, then critical needs assessment should be performed, and the ministry and its regulatory agency must ensure that all statutory and regulatory prior approvals and licenses are obtained, and further, that contractual obligations are mounted on expertise, experience, and capability based on responsible value for money verification and monitoring constructs. The OSP highly commends Evans, Estamo Mensa, Achua Adubia Olusu, and Manasi Azuri Awuni. We are very grateful for your service.
Yes. No, we no be a China so better say OSP kasa ni nyina why press conference na de Ken Ofori-Atta ewen tie.
Extradition matters. It would occur to you in my submission that the main suspect in respect of the concluded SML investigations is the former Finance Minister or the former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta. But in February, OSP declared him a fugitive from justice and placed him on our list of wanted persons. The OSP drew a lot of flack that we were going after a very sick person. But our intel told us, and we very well knew, and we kept insisting and telling Ghanaians, that he just did not want to come into the country voluntarily to answer to these charges. We did not relent, even in the face of the negativity. We went ahead. When we relaxed, placing him on the list of wanted persons on representations that he may show up at a certain time, some members of the public took it as weakness in us. Although what we were doing was that if a person says that they are so ill that they cannot show up, you grant them that regard for them to heal before they come in. On his own stated dates, he failed to show up, whereupon we placed him back on the list of wanted persons. Then we drew more negative flack that we were talking too much. At all that time, we knew exactly what we were doing because our intelligence was solid, that this person just didn't want to come to the country voluntarily. By March of 2025, we had collected all the evidence that we needed to aid in the prosecution of this matter. However, two things were outstanding. One, we needed official verification of a lot of the items that we had intercepted, especially in respect of communication. And this will require an input of our major foreign partners. Indeed, the packet arrived on Monday in validation of what we had way back in March. Then, early June, I think it was 10 June, we carried out further searches and seizures at two offices of SML, one in Accra, Nosu, and one in Tema. And there, we retrieved computer servers and hard drives that had to be subjected to forensic examination. This work is not done overnight, and it is upon this reason that we informed the Attorney General when we kick-started the extradition process that the dockets had not been bound up yet because we were waiting for something. At the OSP, we do not talk lightly. We knew what we were waiting for, and we have them fully now. We have uncovered all that is contained on the computer servers and the hard drives. And now on Monday, with the gracious assistance of our major foreign partner, we have the validation of the evidence that we had way back in March 2013. So, on 2nd June 2020, we triggered the extradition request because by March, as we said, we had all the evidence we needed. We only needed official validation of them. And that is why we triggered the extradition request on 2nd June 2020 through the Chief of Staff. The past few weeks, we are once again drawing negative flag that we who put him on our list of wanted persons, the OSP that declared him wanted, that the OSP that declared him a fugitive from justice, that the OSP that went to Interpol in record time of 48 hours and placed him on Interpol's red notice. We were stalling the case and that we were wasting time. But once again, as I said, we knew what we were doing and we knew what we were waiting for. And last week when the Attorney General addressed the media, he said something very poignant. He said these financial investigations require time and patience. And we ask, give us that regard of time and patience, we will deliver the results wanted. Like this, and as I said, before the expiration of November 2025, we will charge all these persons that are listed before the criminal courts. We will not stultify our own investigations. We will not delay our own investigations. We will do it right. We will be patient. We will be meticulous. We would have all the expertise in the world examine all, because we only have one shot at these criminal cases. We cannot go back, forth with it. And so, I announce to you, as we did by way of our press statement last week, that we are in full collaboration with Attorney General's Department. We cannot work against each other. We are working for the same cause, which is the cause of the Republic of Ghana. And we cannot be at loggerheads. We cannot be in dispute. Sometimes, personalities and how one wants to do something may clash a bit, but that should not be taken as dispute or disagreement. Many of you do not know my relationship with the Attorney General. He is like a big brother to me. He taught me at the level, and he also was part of my training. Indeed, we formed the firm together. And indeed, I was like his foreman even when he was putting up his first building in Accra. This is our relationship. The relationship is such that because he trained me and he taught me, I have a bit of him in me. He doesn't have a bit of me in him. And so sometimes my display of his bit in me stirs him up a bit. But at the end of the day, just as we were doing in private parties, we will bicker at home. But our product, when we finally churn it out, will be most robust and most.
Yes, you do OSP or say November ya or file the criminal prosecution against Ken Ofori-Atta and 5 others. What SML deal him into November. Yeah, show him say process no for Ken Ofori-Atta no. Started. As to whether he will be extradited by some time to the country ne there. Utie ni ya one moso. But was so nimni ye. And again, or can say we document no so or the back of Attorney General, meaning that we should also expect the processes of extradition of Ken Ofori-Atta to start. Prosecution date no to the extradition they want to do. But what I know is that because when any full set of information, you know, that process to extradite Ken Ofori-Atta will officially be filed. So the docket ne come Attorney General, na Attorney General shem no so you convince and we any na no kre emphasis bi aba ho a eyi OSP me ma dibem. So see any ewu a we the emphasis say see and no be ka kire de say de ni hobi yate. Nti ye hwenim say be extradite no. Ye hwenim so say November na what ya share you say by November 2025 e be hu say at least even in absentia kra na ya charge you Ken Ofori-Atta dey at SML for no because wo document a wo dey ka kire ni say dey no na enye papa again no muti o say ni relationship ni obi no wonni mo bi ntem asam nti ye nyina no aso person o chese ye kasa dodo. We all worried about the delay ni e wo ye die ene ni pusha no o person o kire say wonim ni e wo ye 1 2 no train document na ba nti see ano the deliverables are 2 1 Ghanaians will expect the prosecution of these people with the dream ebro mine 1 billion ebi wom. That is 1 2 we expect the extradition of Ken Ofori-Atta because my catch was a Ken Ofori-Atta son and just SML ECG Beijing case ne ka ho National Cathedral ka ho tax papers and bi ka ho and ambulance spare parts so ka ho enti enye just this matter enti ye hia no so obeba menka so ya kronfo menka so wadi dream ye hia no me chirechire papa yi ye se ne de ato so yi wa no sen Tina de be am fighting for the law of natural justice. Mwana mu blame say auditor general cry report that na make allegedly no mini court to sika. Intermediate until the court will rule so a cromfo and of physical, I cannot say that. But here no Chrome hane de ye hia papa na nkasa so obeba na ye mano OSP the two no so dia to put it to you no bia no kra e wo asem na nkasa mu. Into OSP usi November prosecution be started ye twen again information na wanya no fa come attorney general na fe ye beginning extradition me dwen say e fair deal so far there mum ye nya botre this we no ya be kan there e fair deal enti ye nyina be hwe nanim ni akosi November no enche after all and 30th November 2025 Saturday enti ye nya botre ye nu so twen opani e wo mu bia no ye nyina ye bi hu ye wo mu bia no na ma say bia mabafom me ma afom nipa na ye twene ne say wanya information a wo pe no okay the back come attorney general because that great yet na attorney general na say ye process no yate oso November obest start yate ye watweyem say November beba because ye de maka kire o ebi peje o say menka so bi enkoje o men so menka asa da bi me se me de ne me pekese ye eye ora no eye operation recover all loot je nka ho sa menka se je o so je ya de papa ba me de ne menya ye nya 1 billion no na ba akodem a information ba ye ntimi nya 1 billion allegedly si etua mom na ma wom no nkoje keke yesa beto bia na ma na bi ntimi de menya ye nyi sika na first and only the utmost important to me personally you don't say that's my subjective view ye ji sika ni wie na mram no dey bi wo so ko prison so no ko yo no ni nyanko pontama sama. So that would be my submission on this matter. Minim so will be bika because of the high profile nature of this case, you know. Share what doing freely in the comment section. But we are no subscriber, man. No click bell notification. Me video be to man. Ube na wait me. Actually, said the be American me here. Ghana so here. To make sure so so here at the amame. Again, comment. Let's keep it across. Why? Media what the bombs be am family, but Anna exchange is ibua. Mat. Na mi sha no ka bye.